Alrighty, let's get started. So, hello there, hello guys. We are gonna look into Unreal Engine for Fortnite or UEFN, I think. Let me just check the stream if it works. Seems like it runs fine, and I got access to chat here, so let's stop wasting the time and get to it. So, I have started just reading through documentation on Verse. We're definitely not gonna touch Verse today, and we are probably gonna just mess around for like half an hour or so. So just super short, but hey, better to do more short streams than nothing. And yeah, UEFN, it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. I think that Epic with Fortnite is probably closest out of any company right now, to creating what the metaverse, the idea of metaverse that has been sold to us lately with by a bunch of crypto bros and Meta. So it's interesting, and even if nothing else, I think that anyone who is somewhat serious about Unreal Engine development should at least try out Verse, because we can fairly safely say that what's happening, what we can see in Fortnite, in Fortnite, blah blah blah, this thing, UEFN, is eventually gonna turn into our future version of Unreal Engine after Unreal Engine 5. So we should probably pretty safely assume that UEFN is something absolutely worth studying. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for next few weeks, next few months maybe. Gonna do some experiments, make some small games, experiment with Verse, experiment with all the possible libraries and interdependencies that we will have in Verse and in UEFN, and see how it is, because I do think we're gonna see it in Unreal very soon. So let's just do some boring reactionary kind of stuff today. Like I said, super short. Just gonna experiment around and see what we can do today. Hello, Brad Inglis. Thank you kindly. I do think that it is actually very interesting. One thing that I have no idea how is it supposed to work right now is is just launching it iteration. So what basically happens when you launch the session? I have here like this basic native empty world, and with some super simple code. Let me actually, this could very likely kill me, so wait, let me just reduce the amount of damage. I was just messing around with documentation, reading about what we can expect from Verse. So we're probably gonna dive way deeper into Verse later, in later streams, but I'm not quite done with reading documentation, so gonna have to wait with that for a bit. But I can at least look at a bunch of libraries that are here available to us already, so that's pretty cool. What's really interesting is this idea of mechanics and objects. I am not exactly sure if that's gonna be the only way how players interact with stuff in UEFN, or in this future Fortnite connected worlds that Epic is planning. But it seems like you basically never have, you don't ever touch player controller or any of this stuff. Everything, all the coding and all the mechanics and all the changes to the world and to your own games within this are made through only through objects that you make. So basically you have your object, the object has its own Verse script, Verse program, Verse file, and that file, and then player can interact with that object, they can pick it up and whatever. So that's interesting concept. It often is like that with regular OPP, with regular object oriented game development, but this is really taking it to the extreme. So we will see how much we will see in how much we will see it developed. That's interesting. One idea that I'm not that sure about, I know that I'm just chatting, so I should maybe at least like launch the game. But what I wanted to say is just that we have here right from the start like bunch of objects that we can get from like a Fortnite library and from Epic library. Epic library seems to have just materials, and if you are familiar with Unreal, you have here basically most of the stuff, at least visual stuff that we are familiar with. So if I'm in my project, I can create whatever blueprint. I can create level. Actually, I'm not sure how it works with level. Oh, it's for multi-streaming. Okay, that makes sense. Actually, no. It should be all replaced with world partitioner, shouldn't it? That's weird. Yeah, let's see about that. We have here some basic blueprints, but we don't have any event graph or anything. So honestly, I am not entirely sure what blueprints are supposed to be for right now, because it's just like, I guess, putting objects together. Maybe can you put there like a verse script? Verse tag markup? Is that it? No, I think that's something else. Oh, that's some just tag system. I don't know. It's a bit strange that you have like, it seems like it's still used here for managing some classes, so there is some hierarchy for classes still, it seems like, which is how you would build a lot of your games in Unreal. Just create have the basic class in C++, or possibly in Blueprints, and then just keep on working with it. But if they are planning this whole objects having as main mechanic, we will see. It's certainly interesting. Alright, so let's say we have here some pushed code and we can just check in. What's really cool is that it has native done already in a version control, which I can definitely appreciate. Just today, my project, the game I'm working on, just got messed up my version control, and I spent like 4 hours just reverting changes and making it work. Would not recommend. Definitely would not recommend. Alright, let's just put this here like testing, blah blah blah. Don't really care about it. And if I want to try playing the game, then I have to actually launch the session in this weird creative mode, which seems to be really weird for I guess it's normal for Fortnite players, Fortnite people, but for me as Unreal developer, I'm like, what the hell? Why would I do that? It seems to have really long iteration times, which I don't understand, because it's really important to have as short iteration times as possible when trying out mechanics. And I don't know why they don't let me just test it in the editor. Seems way more intuitive. Or it's like have both of these modes available. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see. And Brett, thank you. I'm glad you liked the video on materials. I spent with that video way too long, way longer than I would say. But like just 2 weeks just editing it because I just couldn't get myself to it. But I think it's important video, and hopefully it will help a lot of people. So I'm really glad. I'm very happy to hear that it helped you. That was my intention. Because now I don't want to do much tutorials, just more streams and like research project, and just experiment a lot. Don't do much of the tutorials anymore. But I managed to put together a lot of knowledge around materials because I have learned a lot making Quest games, so I wanted to share that. Yeah, it feels very weird. So okay, so we got this editor, and now come on. Yes, bunch of buttons that I don't want. How do I stop this? Nice. I feel like boomer. This is first time in my life that I actually feel like a boomer. Having to fork with this Fortnite. I don't understand these kids. What's this supposed to be for? How do I stop this? You learned some basics of my first VR thing from you way back. Yeah, it's been a while. That's some time now. At that time, no one else was making VR tutorials, so I had to start it. But now there is way more people who are making it, and people who are spending way more time with it and probably doing much better job than I would. So that's very good. Okay, let's just get rid of this. Okay, so now how do I just quickly push changes to it? Because that's what I have been struggling with quite a bit. Can I just... Because it's not gonna happen automatically. Especially it's not gonna let me just automatically... If I build the verse code, I have to restart the whole project, which takes like a good minute or so, which slows down iteration time like crazy, especially because I don't have here any public variables or anything. So if I just want to change something as small as a value of variable, I have to wait for the whole build up, which is, well, nonsense. We definitely don't want that. So that's hopefully something that's gonna be improved, because iterations time in game development are incredibly important in any kind of a development. Alright, so let's see if I at least like push a gun here. Is that gonna update? If I do have to push it, now I save it. And how do I get rid of this mode? Help, please. And if okay, I have to press Q. And I don't think it gets updated. Okay, so how do I do? Do I have to, if I respawn maybe? I wonder if this is just very unintuitive for me because I'm coming to it as a professional game developer and not as a Fortnite, someone who knows Fortnite. Because no, I don't think it respawned here. Because right now it feels like it has this weird identity. When you can build, but I can build, please. Oh wait, so I have to maybe switch this mode and then open it. This is so weird. No, I am apparently not building. Okay, let's try to end the game and then refresh it. Okay, now I ended it, and do I have to? No, it refreshes by itself. See, I'm just trying to see a change that I put a gun into the model, and is it here now? Wait, is it this thing? Is it? I'm not. Oh yeah, I guess it is. Okay, so how do I activate it? Do I have to? Can I just auto activate it? Okay, I can. So this is basically just a universal spawner where I set up which kind of object it should spawn. That makes sense. But how do I actually spawn it? Enable at game start. Yes, it is enabled at game start. Why is it not enabled at game start? Oh, okay. Wait. Why did it took so long? Okay. Okay, good job, guys. We managed to put our first gun. But why was it not here on the start? Is there like some native delay to it that I can't see? Wait, did it show up before that as well and just not activated because it wasn't the start of the game? Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna put it right next to it. Okay, I wanna save it. And yes, just wait, do I have to even add do I just have to save or do I have to push it? Let me see. Okay, now it definitely didn't show up, and if I push it into a version control, let's go ahead, update items, and see what we get from that. Okay. It's not here. And then there is no way they want me to end and start the game every time, because that's just... No, maybe they actually do. That's like almost 2 minutes on very, very fast computer. That's iteration time for at least 2 minutes from getting from start to play for like a computer that has no problem handling anything. So that's an issue. I can't really see, because I can't really see some active development on something that takes so long to iterate, because it's gonna slow you so many times. How in Unreal it's very in any other engine it's very normal to just like you mess around something, change one or 10 different values, click on play, and you are there within seconds. Even if you write it natively in C++, which you usually shouldn't really do in Unreal. I mean the small variables changes and like tweaking, you usually would do that with blueprints or with some exposed parameters that you don't have to reload the whole code for it. But even for that you can do like hot reloading, which takes depending on file way less than 2 minutes. This is quite strange to say the least. But let's assume that this is something that's gonna be improved, because I mean those people, this is Epic, they developed Unreal Engine, they actually make games. It's not like some other unknown engine that no one actually wants to care about anyway. So I would assume that they understand the importance of iteration time, because yeah, guess what? Very, very, very important. Okay, so that's the only thing right now. That's like the main thing right now. That's doesn't make much sense to me, and it's no way that that's not gonna be fixed. Other than that, there is a bunch of really interesting assets. What's weird is that I don't have access to the source code of most of these assets, which I would appreciate just purely from a from a studying point of view. Like right now, I'm Unreal Engine developer. I'm interested in this new language, Verse, and I would like to learn how things are written in it. And there seems to be very few examples from the assets. It would be very useful if I could just like open any of the assets and like no, I can't. It's set all to read only. And it's just, is there like a way to filter it for not read only stuff? Yeah, but I think it's all set to read only. Read only. Which is an issue. We have some native post-process. That's good. So does the post-processing here works in a similar way as with regular Unreal? Let's see, do I have here? Just no, I don't. But can I just add here post-process volume? Okay, that's nice. Let's see. That's interesting. I didn't know they will let me I wonder if it's just me being being a boomer and not being used to this new way of doing it. So I'm definitely gonna make at least sufficiently advanced game to understand how everything works right now, to really understand it, because I think it's important to learn it, and we will see. We will see how much if it's actually interesting. Hopefully it will, because I have read a really interesting interview with Tim Sweeney, where he basically said that after UEFN will be completely implemented, we are basically going to have Unreal 6. So I think we can fairly safely assume that what we see today with UEFN and Unreal 5 is going to eventually merge together. So who knows, maybe not. Times change, times and plans change, but I think it's fairly safe assumption that at least Verse and a lot of the workflows here are gonna end up there. Okay, so we have here a regular post-process volume, so let's try to add one. Let's see, can we cartoonify it? No, wait, what? Oh, I have to... Wait, what? It was material, wasn't it? Am I in the wrong? No, I am in post-process volume. What's happening here? Why can't I just put here the post-process volume? That's weird. And it's read-only again. That's annoying. Okay, what do I have accessible? Those are just regular materials, right? I can't really use them for post-processing. Is this something that's not accessible now and will be later, or what's happening here? Barrier bounce portal. That's weird. Does it even affect the world? Yeah. Okay, so we have here materials for post-process materials, but doesn't seem like these are not blueprint classes. What? They shouldn't be blue. Oh, I hate it already. Okay. So they have to make it as a class. You have to make it as a blueprint and then you put it into the world. Seems overly complicated. Yeah. Okay. Now it's gonna. I want to see it in seconds, not like within hours. And it doesn't even have these changes in. Okay, I have to restart it again. Push change. Okay, I have to push changes. Wait, this is my fault. It's probably just a really different workflow that I have to end. Has any of you guys, has anyone started experimenting with this software? Any interesting findings already? How are you liking it so far? Let's see. Okay. No. Not entirely sure if it is actually affecting the world, to be honest. Okay, but I guess I kind of get the workflow. So whenever I find a class here, I can make child of it and then work with that child, I suppose, is kind of the idea. Okay, so let's try that. Let's try with something different. Let's find here a no. I don't speak this Fortnite thing. Oh, these are consumables. I don't want consumables. I want actually something with my custom assets. So let's get started with FAP. FAP is something I'm really excited about. It's just supposed to be universal asset store, and the idea of that is amazing. If we actually manage to get that, that would be really good. That would be helpful for everyone, for the whole industry. So okay, get me some assets. This is just mega scans right now. I want this thing, but I'm probably not gonna download the whole thing. Oh, I can add it as a reference asset. I don't have to download it. Okay, that's interesting. That's really interesting. So it's gonna probably take some time to load it, but so I'm basically gonna have it here as a pack of references that I can access rather than actually downloading and connecting this, if I understand this correctly. That's definitely something that I can get behind. It's probably gonna be very helpful. Okay, let's see what next do we have here. I wanted to make class from subclass from one of these. Damage report, how is it? Good question. Some things are really weird. Some things are pretty impressive. Now it's kind of in this kind of weird stage where I'm not sure what it will become. But we can probably bet on that a lot of these things will make it into Unreal. But main complaint I have right now, well, two main complaints, is that a lot of the files I have here are not accessible to me. They are just read-only, so I can't even read those files. It doesn't even let me see how the code is written, so it's very difficult to learn if I can't see examples. I mean, to be fair, they have really good documentation. I have read through most of it, but haven't quite put a lot of it in practice. And they tend to have the documentation is pretty good, but I would still love to have specific examples. We have access to FAP already, and Verse, obviously. Verse is pretty much the main one. That's the new programming language that's very likely gonna end in Unreal very soon. Well, very soon is relative, but soonish. Which is interesting. I'm definitely excited about it. It's pretty fun to code in it so far. Something between Python and what I would say it's closer to. It has some elements of blueprints, I suppose, in the philosophy of your writing, but I don't have enough experience with it to judge it quite yet, to be honest. Okay, let's get rid of this. And okay, so it is downloading it, or isn't it? I thought it's just loading references. But the Mega Man, the biggest issue right now is that you have to wait for like 2 minutes for iteration times. You like change something, it's gonna open Fortnite window, and that takes like 2 minutes to refresh the game to even see the changes, which is just insane. There's no way that some respecting developer is gonna wait 2 minutes for changing of the float value or something like that. Or maybe there is just something that I'm missing, and there is a quick way how to push it, and I don't understand it. But this is just insane. It's like no way anyone is gonna wait for that. So okay, let's see with that whole workflow thing. So what seems to be the case here is that we have here a bunch of classes or something like classes. It seems like it's verse files that you can access and work with them. Devices. So all the objects in game here are called devices. So what I would like to do is to kind of change them. So okay, this is Durant. Let's try something a bit more fun. There's some ball. Yeah, let's take this. Can I make a subclass from this? No. Okay, can I open the definition? No, but it's gonna just show me definition. It's not gonna show me actual code. Like, thanks, but it's not very helpful. Okay, it seems like it just at least exposes some events that I can call. There's like this somewhat strange documentation that's just all put in here. There's like really good documentation on the web, but documentation here is kind of weird right now. But it may be probably useful to just search through it once I actually know what I'm doing with Verse. But yeah, is it that bad in Unity? I thought that Unity doesn't have that bad compile times or whatnot. I thought that was always the thing people complain about, is that Unreal has terrible compile time. Which I don't think is true at all. But people tend to complain about it, so maybe it's just so much worse in Unity. So much better in Unity. But you say that's not the case? That's weird. Huh. Alright, let's just put this thing in here. And it's spawner. I can't even put regular objects here. Everything has to be a spawners, apparently. So, okay. Do we have any details? So let's make sure it's an wait. Oh, okay. I think this is supposed to be all references that I linked it to. So like what should happen when it's destroyed, or what actions should call it, and this is supposed to be probably all like linked as a public variables, I guess. And there are some user option events that I can access. But yeah, that would make sense. So I can probably access and reference it in other scripts files that I will write later. Seems like. At least on the game you worked, you were working on. It can take 30 seconds to 1 minute to launch. It's a big game, but that's weird. Because that's Unreal is really good at that. I have to say, is that you would usually just literally click on play and like select which part of the game you want to load or whatnot. So I'm somewhat surprised that that's the case. Okay, no, I don't. Now I just clicked something that I shouldn't have. Right. All right. Let's end the game. Why do I have to wait for game ending? Just quit it. Kill it. Okay. Yeah. Don't restart it. And now I want to push my. Why is it still ending? It's already. This is. Okay. Check in changes, I guess. Do I have to? No, I want to push them. I don't want to check them. Okay, so. Wait, this scrapyard device. What is that? All right, so I guess I'm gonna push it as push like baller spawner push. Baller spawner plus post pro. So I'm not sure if checking it into version control is the equivalent of pushing it. It's. I guess you have to check in first, then you push it, which would be same as in GitHub or whatever version control you are using. No. What's not valid? What are you talking about? What do you mean not valid? I just made it. Okay, I don't need this post process anyway. Let's just kill it. Okay. But it's wait, it checked or did it have error? Why is it checked if it had error? This is gonna be a long few weeks. Like I said, I am gonna try to make at least small game, even if it's gonna be pain, just to see how it all works. But it seems like I'm gonna have to wait for Verse to come to Unreal to actually get use from it. Okay, so do I have it now here? Is it? Oh, it's there. Okay. Let's pick the sword. But is it preparing something or not? Why is it preparing? It's loaded. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I guess this works. But what if I want to change it? Okay, let's quit. No, I'm not. I haven't even started the game, but I'm using it. Okay, maybe that is. I am getting very confused about some stuff. So, okay. Let's take it slowly. How can I change the stuff here? So we have here something like a blueprint, it seems like. Something close to it. It seems to be very component based. So it's like each of them have a bunch of components that are adjusting its behavior. Okay, and can I change the? But I can't change the. I can't change the actual thing it spawns. I can only change the spawner. I'm influencing the spawner, not the object it spawns. Okay, so. Yeah, I understand that no one wants to make a Fortnite. No, I mean, to be fair. We'll hopefully see a lot of things that are made in Fortnite and are not actually Fortnite. They are just like, made on the same engine. But yeah, I want to learn about it to understand how it works and then decide if it's something worth spending time into. So I guess you guys are lucky that I'm gonna be the one suffering here. Right now it's in like really weird stage. And I'm not entirely sure about anything. Verse is super exciting. I really like Verse, but everything else is kind of weird. And very like Fortnite-like. Overwhelm, I think it's super cool, but do you think it's overall I'm trying to keep up mainline or UE releases? Yeah, I get that. I don't really try to keep up with all the new features. I'm probably gonna now do that more on the stream because I wanna stream way more. So I'm gonna at least experiment with new features, and it's my way for learning how to work with that. And OpenXR is kind of messy. It depends who you are working with. If you are working with Meta, then yes, OpenXR is really messy. And it's more like Meta doesn't care at all about Unreal support, which is weird because a lot of their big games are made in Unreal. But support for Unreal by Meta is just non-existent in comparison with Unity. And that really sucks. That was the main reason why I just stopped actively developing Oculus Quest games. It's just not worth it. Oh fuck, I can't say. Never mind. Never mind. Ignore that comment, please, guys. I haven't said anything I shouldn't have, but still, ignore that. But I think we will have some interesting... There are more companies now showing up. Alright, let's see what else can we do. What's the time? I'm gonna have to quit anyway. Okay. This was a bit messy. I'm gonna get back just to writing verse. Like I said, verse super exciting. Really love it. Really love it. Makes it so nice to write in. But I would love to have it connected with Rider, so I don't have to use this. I don't have to use Visual Code, Visual Studio Code. But it's super nice. It's very similar syntax to, not syntax, but how you think about it to C++, as far as I can tell. But I am not that deep into it yet. You have basic events. You access them. It's very simple way to call stuff and reference them, and you just figure out which libraries you want to include. This is just a super basic object that I'm doing this some nonsense, dealing damage to player and waiting for some time, and then defining those, defining those features, some number randomization. Very simple so far. I think even people who used to purely on Blueprint are gonna have really good time with it. It's fun. It's definitely fun. So we shall see. What that will lead to. And let's see, is there anything quick that I can look at? Did my library import it or not? I thought that I was importing here this referenced contact. Oh, okay, there it is. Is it just here in files? Oh, come on. Why does each model has its own? Why does each model has its own folder? No, are you kidding me? We gotta work on those references, guys. Okay. Static meshes. Do I get preview? No? Am I just gonna have to click through all of these one by one to figure out what they look like? Never mind then. I did it even the official way. I thought I clicked on FUP and down and put it in here. Why did it not work? Okay, can I put it into the vault? So I can't open it, but I can put it into the vault. Can I like refresh it somehow? You know what? I'm gonna be an. Let's see what does happen. I'm gonna break it now, but let's see what does happen if I do this. This is my last experiment because this. Well, it did load fairly quickly. If it really is just referenced online and it's a referenced library and not a... It worked for me to load all the pictures. Nice. Good job, guys. I managed to load all the pictures now. Pixel, select all files and try to press spacebar. It's gonna throw me in error. I mean, it's visible now, so I guess it's fine. But I'm gonna try it next time. Thank you for the tip, Pixel. Guess we got something now here. This is model, or is it decall? No, that's decall. So far, my first 30 minutes, it's messy, man. It's real messy. But let's also be clear, it's very new. It's still very new. If we think about it in the same way as we've thought about early release of Unreal Engine 5, it's doing pretty well. So I think we can safely bet on that being improved. How much is it gonna lead to us working in and making games purely in Fortnite? We will see. But what's important, and I remember, and I read it in the some interview with Tim Sweeney, I guess as well, is that eventually there will be a state where kind of like I said, it's like 3 times during this stream, UEFN and Unreal are gonna merge, and you will be able to make a lot of games in this way, use a lot of the Fortnite dependencies and Unreal dependencies, and then you can export it. You can then decide if you want to export it as a Fortnite game, or like a game that's accessible in Fortnite, or you can just export it as a regular game. That seems to be the idea they are going for. So if that is the case, then that could be interesting. That I see being very interesting eventually. Who knows if then it will become still separate or if it will merge into one software. We'll see. Do you know if it's possible to disable asset refresh in UE4? When I try to change material in drop-down menu, I have to wait like for thumbnail to... You want to disable it completely though? You should be able to refresh it by... Oh, is it gonna refresh? Actually, I'm not sure. Oh, Wait, I'm not in Unreal right now, but what you can try to do is to just click... I don't have access to it right now because this is not Unreal. Give me a sec. You can if you can right click on it and try to redirect the references. I'm not sure if it's gonna... It's probably not gonna redraw the assets. So, it's not gonna redraw the thumbnails, but there could be something like a refresh. Oh, fix up redirectors. Okay, so they have it here. It's just that oh, okay, so I don't get the same access to the reference files as I get to my files. So these are files stored here in my project, and these are files stored online and network. Okay, good to know. Okay, so what you can try to do is to fix up redirectories. That could help, and just try to resave, and there will hopefully be something like a refresh as well. Could help. Not entirely sure, to be honest, but that could help. Or again, or do this kind of the similar thing as just trying to take it all of them, right click, open all of them, and then close all of them. Disable them. I think there is a way how to disable thumbnails completely. It's somewhere in thumbnails refresh or thumbnails completely. I think it's somewhere in the editor setting or in the project setting. See if you can see it. But again, this is not Unreal, so we don't see here most of the stuff. We got here some setting. I think if you look through the editor preferences for thumbnails, hopefully we'll find something useful. Good luck with that. Hopefully it's gonna be quick. Okay, I'm gonna end it today. It was very quick, just 40 minutes or so. Just first touches with Unreal, not Unreal, with UEFN. I'm gonna continue with it for next few weeks. I'm gonna try to do it at least several times a week and stream. Hopefully get to some verse. That's the fun part about it. And see about actually making some game with it, to see how viable it is as for us making games. Epic is offering some nice money for it as well, so it may be interesting to explore it as well, how viable it is for people. You looked through the setting, couldn't find a way to disable it. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry in that case. I am not sure. Hope good luck with that. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm gonna quit it today. Have a good night, evening, morning, or whatever daily stage you are in, and see you around. Bye bye, guys.